Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine Live. I'm Catherine. It's time for sketch number 12 from the Creative Memories Worldwide Virtual Crop. This is the last sketch of the weekend. And I am so happy to get to it. We're going to be working with our Sunrays for days. And let me switch over so that we all can see what I'm going to be doing. Here we go. Now I promised y'all a Fast2Fab page earlier in the live streams, and here it is, last but not least. So here's our sketch number 12. You can screenshot to get my measurements if you want, and what I've done special on here. This will work pretty much with any Fast2Fab, or you can even just use designer paper if that's what you have. But I went ahead and pulled our Sunrays for Days Fast2Fab Inspired Designer Paper Pack. You can also work on any of our actual Fast2Fab pages if you have those on hand as well. I had this one on hand, so that's why I went ahead and decided to go ahead and use this one. I've picked out this page, and I have my stickers ready to go. But first, what I've also done is I pulled out my stamping blade and I created 3 strips that are going to go across our page. And then I just did that upside down. So let me flip these over because I like some of the little sunshines on the other end of the cloud. Hang on, this is on the top. Oh, nope, I did do it the right way. Sorry about that, everybody. Hang on. So I done 3 with my stamping blade. This piece is 1.5 inches. This one is 1 inch, and this one is also 1 inch. And then I grabbed our sandcastle border maker cartridge and punched out from, actually this page I thought I might repeat with the same paper, but then it looked a little bit too busy when I flipped it over because all of our pages are double-sided. Doesn't that just look like sand? So I thought, we're going to go with this. So let's go ahead and start getting these placed. And I'm kind of targeting putting these in between the darker part of the lines, kind of centering it so that way it gets highlighted that we actually took the time to do this extra special cutting on our strips. Let me get this other one placed, and then we'll see about placing this last one. If you all have watched any of my videos, I eyeball things a lot. Every once in a while, I will pull out the 13 by 13 mat if it's something where I think it's going to be a little bit fussier, and we need to pay attention to it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I have that there, we're going to be kind of in the middle of here. There we go. Sometimes it works out where you don't need to pull out your ruler and you don't need to pull out your mats. Okay, now I'm going to grab my parchment board. If you haven't seen my parchment board, it's a sturdy piece of cardboard, and I've used electrical tape to hold it on because it's one of the few things that will stick to parchment paper. The nice thing about using the parchment is that my tape runner won't be gooping up any of my tables or mats, and what doesn't come out of so whatever hits the parchment, will stay in the tape runner, and then you don't have to deal with it or get out Goo Gone or any of that later on. So I just love using my parchment board. It just makes life easier. Here we go. Let's get our sandcastles placed through the middle here. Oops. There we go. Okay, hang on, it's not straight. Come on, work with me here. We're live. Let's go. And it's Monday, so of course I'm going to have something happen. There we go. Okay. There's our sandcastle. So you can see on our sketch we have this little strip running through here, this little strip running through here. That's where I did my 1-inch strips. And then we have a strip running here that's a little bit wider, so that's why I did the 1.5. And then there's a little something here, which is why I went ahead and did my border maker with my 1 inch. I also went ahead and cut mats from that same paper because if you've watched any of my videos, you also know I tend to want to be frugal with my paper. And so these two are, check my notes, 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I feel like I've done so many of these. I need to make sure now what I've done here. And then I also did one at 6 1/2 by 4 1/2, and that's what this one is as well. I did pay attention to which direction I cut things in because this paper is directional. So I really kind of wanted my clouds all running in the same direction. I'm going to go ahead and place down these bottom ones, but on the top one, I need to put a sticker down first, and you'll see here in just a moment. So we're going to go ahead and get that one down first for our photos. And our second one going on our page. Here we go. And now I'm going to grab this sticker here because I just thought I really liked the sentiment. I think it's going to go with this page well because, of course, we have a summer theme on it. I'm going to grab a couple of my larger foam squares here and put it on the back of the sticker and place it down on the right side of my strip. Get the backs off real quick. There we go. So this is going to get centered here, and I kind of want to just have it a little bit off the end. Okay. And I love that it has the arrows pointing towards where our photos are going to be. There we go. So that is going to help with my spacing of my photos. And actually, I think I'm going to run these on where this lighter part of the line goes. Oops. That one gave me a little bit extra. That's okay. So here's this section. Let's do the end one first, and then we'll center the other one. So here's our first one. And here is our second one. So there we go. We have a little bit of space where you can still see that we have that extra strip running behind, but it's kind of covered, and even on the sketch here, it's kind of covered. So, but we still have our sand castles, and we have a couple of stickers I want to add just to add some extra color. Not that the paper isn't bright enough, but I just thought bringing in this touch of red and green is going to just really highlight things. So I've got 2 pieces of watermelon and a beach ball. And I just thought, let's add a little something. Okay, which direction do we want them to go, though, is the question. This one fits in here beautifully, so that one's going to go there. And then our second one, I think it's going to just go this way. I thought about making a cluster, but I think it's just going to go as if we're kind of aiming towards our beach ball, repeating some of our linear patterns. So this way our photos are definitely going to be the stars of this page, but you also still see what we placed on the page. The sand castles kind of go a little more into the background, which is fine because obviously sand is a little more in the background. And who doesn't have hopefully at least one big beach picture? I hope you all have been to the beach. But here we go. I will hold it closer so that way you can see the finished page with all of our stuff. And using our Fast to Fab page, you can see how it repeats. I kind of tried to repeat some of the colors and patterns from what was in the page. I will probably do another Fast to Fab at some point on the sketches in the next few months. We'll see what inspires me when I see the sketch. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing until right before I go live. So here we go. There is the sketch up close again. Excuse me. Whew. Goodness gracious. And so there's our sketch up close again. So you can see what we worked from to create this fabulous Sunrays for Days page. Now, I want to make a little quick note to you all. The October crop actually runs over the dates of my Croptoberfest events. So I may not be live streaming as much in the actual beginning part of the virtual crop in October, but not to worry. I will catch up either Sunday night or Monday. I love doing this challenge. It's just been so much fun to also live stream and share what I've been doing with you all. And I hope I've inspired a few of you along the way. Until next time.